Oh, yes, most definitely. A lot of the content that I create for myself is me manifesting something.
Going back to like high school days, like you put on so many things on your plate because you knew like what you can do. And the fact that you can always do everything that you put on your plate. Going to the mall, it's kind of like a little bit of a celebration. Do you give yourself like a good job treat?
Oh, now I do.
Yes?
Yes.
I love that.
I definitely do.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah.
Is this thing on? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Excuse My Feelings. This is a podcast where we delve into the complexities of emotions and mental health, offering insight, support, and personal stories. Today is a very amazing day. I have a good friend of mine, Oliver, and fun fact, we are friends from high school, and he has been such an amazing friend, and he came on the podcast today. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Steph. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very excited because this is not the first time that we've recorded this episode.
Right.
But I'm excited the fact that we get to do it the right way this time.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. And so much has happened since then, so it's going to be a completely different episode.
Yes, that's what I was going to tell you. I'm like, these are not going to be the same questions because we're going to be completely different, and I feel like we've also are a little bit deeper in our friendship as well. So I feel like this is going to be very interesting. So tell the people who you are and what you do and all the amazing talents that you have.
Oh, thank you. So my name is Oliver Twixt, spelled with an X, T. I am a content creator, an artist, as well as a personality. So I create music. I'm active on social media, from YouTube all the way to the meta world, Facebook and Instagram. I've appeared on television. I have a company where I've created content for a lot of social media stars and celebrities. I ventured into producing TV. Just, I would say, a multifaceted creator. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that about you. I love the fact that I feel like the word is like you're multi-talented in the world of media.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You could do anything in it. What is one thing that you feel like you're like, I'm really good at this?
I would say I'm probably most known for my editing skills. I would say on a full gambit, because not only do I edit for other people, I also edit my own content. And I've always edited my own content, whereas it could be my music videos, my reels, or my interviews. I'm doing everything from top to bottom. So I would say people probably universally respect me or know me for being able to produce content from beginning to end.
And we were talking about this. We were talking about how the fact that you learned Final Cut Pro all by yourself.
I did. And
you I feel like you've mastered it so much now that it's crazy to know that you're like so self-taught on Final Cut. That's crazy.
Yeah, I learned Final Cut back in sophomore year of college, where I wanted to create my own music video, and I really didn't have the resources to tap into getting other people to do it. So I just literally sat down and taught myself how to do it.
What would be like your ideal client if you had one?
One who doesn't ask for a discount.
We love those.
Let's start there. Because I'm dealing with something right now, and I'm just like, I always like to give, because for me, content and producing it is like a part of my ministry. So I try to make it easier for people, especially from my community, to get high quality content, because I am high quality.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But sometimes when I give discounts, they usually become my biggest headaches. Yeah. So the perfect client is one who pays the full price. One who's organized as much as possible. Because my job isn't really to babysit you. It's really just to help you get your content to the finish line, even though I have grown in expertise in babysitting adults when it comes to their content. And then lastly, I would say one who is open to someone else's perspective on what their content should be.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes while I do enjoy people who know exactly what they want because it helps me get again to the finish line faster.
Right.
I like to also have fun while I'm creating content, and just as much of energy that I put in my own, I put into other people's. And so people who are receptive to some of my ideas usually are some of my favorite.
I feel like those are the best clients to have when they like see your vision and trust your vision. You're like, okay, like, you know, you've seen my work, you know what I can produce, and you're like, I wouldn't say buying in, but it's kind of like, I'm coming to you for your expertise. You do what you will. I just want this kind of concept, basically. Yeah. I think those are really good clients to have. What would be like, if you could work with anyone, who would you want to work with? That you haven't already.
I would say I would love to creatively direct Nicki Minaj because as a fan of her work for a decade plus.
Yes.
I really feel like not only do I understand her artistry and what she's able to do, I've like secretly fantasized about like
a whole thing.
A whole mood board on what she should do, what she should wear, what it should sound like, what she should say, how we should roll it out, all those things. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I feel like, you know, as a super fan, I be like, oh, she could have did that better. She could have did this. Or it would have been dope if she would have did that. So I feel if there's anybody I could work with organically, I feel like it would be Nicki Minaj.
I feel like when we post this video and you go back like 2 years from now and you actually are there, you're gonna be like, I said it.
Yeah, let's claim it.
I put it out there.
I'm gonna claim it.
Yes.
I'm gonna claim it.
I love that. Do you feel like when you put something out, you are manifesting? Like, do you feel like, okay, I put this out and like 2 weeks later you're like, I manifested it?
Oh yes, most definitely. A lot of the content that I create for myself is me manifesting something, and I can go down a whole list of things that I've done that manifested what the intention behind the content was. Definitely, for me, content is a way for me to fulfill the fantasy in my brain, and so I do feel like with the things that I've done and I do create, it is like what is the word? It's almost like a pilot for what it is that I want to get.
I was going to say that, but I don't want to be wrong.
No, please help me. Yeah, it's almost like a pilot for, okay, this is what I want and this is my idea of it. So let's see if the universe and God will send it my way.
Yeah. No, I think especially like when you put things out, it's like for me, I'm the type of person when I manifest it, I'm like, I have to keep myself accountable for it now because I've put it out there. And when it does come to me, I'm like, I put it out there, now I have to do that specifically. Do you feel like in your career now, do you feel like there's one thing that you can improve that could possibly get you to the next place?
One thing that I can definitely improve on is being able to put myself in multiple places at the same time. I need to get a team of people that help manage me, and then a team of people who help me with my logistics. Because my plate has grown so big and it wants to grow bigger, and I want it to grow bigger because I want to make more money at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
But you know, it's only so much that I can do by myself. On the other hand, I'm also a person who has created their own career by themselves, you know, and so a lot of it, it's a little hard for me to like relinquish
let go.
because I've been doing it myself for so long, and for me, it's like I know what I want, so it's just easier for me to just do it. Yeah. But now I'm dealing with fatigue. I'm dealing with burnout. I'm dealing with, you know, wanting to take breaks and rest. And so if I get more help, which I'm actively working on right now, I'm like training people and vetting different people for different things. Once I get that in place, I do believe that'll help me improve everything that I do from a business standpoint as well as a personal standpoint to a whole nother level. And
with, like, you brought up a great point. It's like kind of letting go and kind of putting yourself back a little bit. Do you feel like the control is mostly because and this is going back to like high school days, like you put on so many things on your plate because you knew like what you can do. And the fact that you can always do everything that you put on your plate. With now being at the career path that you're in the space that you're in, do you feel like you're able to fully let go of control?
I'm getting there because I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired and I'll be liking to go to sleep, you know?
Just a little nap.
Yes, I'll be liking to go to sleep. On top of, I'm very competitive. And so I want, I enjoy when I open up my phone, there's notification after notification after notification and shares and comments and shit like that. And so if I'm able to get more people to help me churn out more content at a higher rate, I can achieve that ultimate goal of having that satisfaction of seeing people enjoy my content. So between me really wanting to take care of myself, take care of my mind, body, and soul, as well as meet the demand that people have for me and my content, and that I do want to create for my content, it's definitely positioned me to be a whole lot more susceptible to getting help with what I do.
Yeah, no, I see the I don't know, like us growing up as kids and then seeing you now, it's like I see the same you, just different things, like Eddie growing up. So my amazing friend, he's
so sweet.
We have two different we live two different lives.
In high school, yes,
so,
you always say this.
As growing up, now you're Oliver Twixt, but when we were growing up as kids, this is Eddie. Like
Eddie
this
Oliver
is
Jr.
Yes.
Eddie Z. Oliver Jr.
Yes.
Why would I go around? I used to say that all the time. My name is Eddie Z. Oliver Jr. That is crazy.
It was a whole, you were a whole personality. That was my thing. Like, whenever you were around school, and I feel like Miriam, which is our other friend, Miriam would say the same thing. And I feel like this would be another good podcast to do all three of us.
That would be good.
Oh my God.
That would be really good.
And just, so in school, growing up, we saw each other as two different people, obviously, but also like when you're around Eddie, it's like, it's a whole vibe. Like you were out, you were growing, like doing things, and like you didn't have, like, I don't think I ever caught you a day where you were like, I'm sad, I'm upset, like I'm going through something. It was always, yeah, I'm just gonna push through it. Like we were talking about like the day about film, and like you had to put out your actual film for your senior year, and you're like, it was coming to shambles, but you're like, no, we're gonna do this. This is how it's gonna get done. Do you feel like with yourself being that way, where do you feel like that came from, that trait?
Ooh,
I know we had to go.
That's such a good
therapy
question.
About it.
I hate to sound cliche, but it has to be God. Like I've always been a happy child. People in my family have always said that. Like I was always smiling, I was always laughing. Growing up, I can't really remember being upset about things. I think for me, I always just found a happy place, and creating was always my happy place. And when I was a child, I was manifesting a whole lot of different things. Like I could draw really well during like a certain time in my life. I was writing, I was painting, I was dancing, like taking dance classes, and I was doing Broadway stuff. So like I was always active in things that made me happy. And when things would make me sad, I knew what I could do to make me happy. Yeah. And high school for me was my happy place. Like that was my happy place. I enjoyed coming to school. I enjoyed being a student in the IB program. I enjoyed being president in student government. I enjoyed creating programs for the student body. I enjoyed staying after school. I like going to math team. I like competing. Like those are things that I really love doing. And so I think to answer your question, I've always just been able to find a happy place. I found my passions very early on in life. Like I've been doing art and singing and all this other stuff since I was at least 4 or 5. And I've always been positioned in opportunities to work in those different gifts. So yeah, I've always been in my happy place.
Yeah. Do you feel like because for me, like from what it sounds like, it's like your artistic outlet is your happy place.
Most definitely.
It is. And then, so let's say, for example, because we were talking about it earlier too, like rainy days are your days of like, this is my time, this is my area. So we have our happy place, which is a rainy day. So walk me through your like ideal day of like, whether it's like super productive or like your Zen day, like give me a good, like, this was my, like I conquered today.
Yeah. I got a good night's rest, which means I was in bed at least by 10 o'clock, out to sleep by 11.
Yes.
I don't sleep long. I probably need like a good 6 hours. So that means I'm waking up at like 5:30. It gives me time to pray, to like play on my phone, play with myself. And I'm up by 7. The house is already clean. I've already cleaned it the day before. So everything is put up, clothes is put up, the floor is clean. I have some greens in the refrigerator, some broccoli or some Brussels sprouts. I prefer to eat broccoli in the morning. That's like a broccoli,
it's good for your teeth,
tomato. Is it really?
I think so.
Oh, well,
I could be making that up. I could be making that. We're gonna come back to that.
I know it has chlorophyll, so that's important.
Yes.
And it has fiber. And you know, the older we get, girl, fiber is important. We got to push this shit out.
Right, literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Some greens, some ginger tea, maybe some chobani, and I don't have...
We're just getting everything out.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I love going to the bathroom.
Yes. A good poop. Once you're up there in age, you need to have a good poop.
But I've always liked going to the bathroom. That's like always been my thing. Like, I want to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Yes, give me all the spicy shit. Give it to me because I want to go to the bathroom. I don't have any clients. I don't have anything due. That's the main thing. I don't have anything due. And I'm just up creating. Probably done by like 2 o'clock.
Ooh.
I get to go to the mall, maybe get me some like a little outfit or a new fragrance or something like that. Yeah. And it has to be like on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Because to me, hanging out on the weekends, I ain't trying to be funny, but that's.
I already know where you're going with it. That's enough.
That's too much gym population for me. You know?
Yeah. My
mentor, Funky Dineva, always told me that. I don't know. This has always just stuck in my brain, but he told me if you really want to be a who's who girl, you should be able to do the things you want to do on the weekend, during the weekday. That always stuck with me. Because I remember one time, I was like, when y'all going out? He was like, we going out on a Tuesday. I was like, on a Tuesday? He was like, yeah. He was like, I'm using his words now. He said, regular people go out on the weekend. When you a boss, you can go out any day you want to.
Oh my God.
So go back to a good day. So that means it's like 2:30. It's a Wednesday, Tuesday, maybe Thursday, and I go get something to eat. It's social. I'm at the bar talking to the people. I'll probably make me some new friends. Probably gonna hang out with Darius, my other best friends, and maybe Sasha in the evening, and then I'm in bed by like 8 o'clock. That's a perfect day.
Are you watching a movie?
I got some money. Some money came through. That's a great day. That's a perfect day.
We get the notification early or in the evening?
Usually come in the morning for me. Yeah.
So that's one of your...
Like I woke up to
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Waking up to them cash apps. So it's like a bitch. Yeah. Can we curse on your podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want here. This is a safe space. So we had money in the morning. So we're basically, so it sounds like to me, once we're done working and going to the mall, it's kind of like a little bit of a celebration. Do you give yourself like a good job treat?
Oh, now I do.
Yes. I love that.
I definitely do.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah.
What is your like, okay, I did like, for example, you got a deal, you closed on a client, they paid you right away on contract, they signed everything that day, and you're done, it's 2:30. What is an ideal treat to yourself that you're like, I deserve this?
Oh, I'm getting on the plane and going somewhere.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I'm going somewhere. Yeah, I'm going somewhere. Yeah, somewhere cheap, but I'm going somewhere.
We're taking the Bright Line somewhere.
Yeah, the Bright Line is the T. If you're in Florida, get on it.
Oh my
the Bright
God.
Line is the T. Actually, no, don't nobody get on it.
Right.
Because I wanted to stay clean.
It's terrible. It's
horrible.
So terrible. It's horrible. They don't even serve you.
Yeah.
So we're traveling.
And see, here's the thing too. During the weekends, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, traveling is cheap. Like dirt cheap. Like you can get you a plane ticket to New York for like $30.
Oh my God, yes.
So like,
and you're damn near in first class. You're right in the front.
Exactly. I'm so sorry. So let's scratch everything I said. A great day is me being able to get up early in the morning, make it to the airport, fly somewhere, be there by like 9 o'clock, have a full day in the city, and then get on the red eye from that city back home.
Yes.
Oh, that is ideal.
Yes. And in the meantime of you getting up, you've made money, nothing is still due, and you can go and like have a productive day doing things that now you really want to do. Like, because I know you were saying like your work and your like everything that you do is like what scratches your itch in life, but it's like, do you feel like sometimes when you go out and it's like, for example, what we do, like when I go and see you in Atlanta and we just take the day off, like no phones, it's just me, you, like whatever our little hearts desire.
Fun. I really like that day. We had a lot of fun that day.
I love those days. Do you feel like you get those enough? Like, do you, not with me specifically, but like in general, do you have enough of those days?
Now I would say I do, because I'm a whole lot more intentional about it, considering like some of the things that have been going on.
Boundaries.
Yes. Like with my dog passing and my former partner passing, and just like dealing with different chapters of my life closing this year. I'm way more intentional about doing things that make me feel good or that give me a nice boost of serotonin, right?
Yes.
Serotonin. I'm way more intentional about it now. So yes, I am getting my deserved field trips, my adult field trips. Yeah.
So where do you see yourself traveling next? Like if you were to travel for work or content, whatever, like where would you go? Like if somebody came in your DMs or in your inbox and was like, Oliver, we're sending you here. Everything is paid. We just need you to do 2 little videos, but your week is paid for. Everything is done. We just need you here. Where would you love to go?
I would love to go to Bali. Bali has always represented like a place of achievement for me. Ooh, like if I can get myself to Bali, I've done something right in life. Yeah. I would say the baby cousin to Bali is Puerto Rico.
Okay.
I've never been to Puerto Rico, and I'm gonna say it because it came up in my brain. This is year 2021. My first year on TV, my first year on my YouTube channel like booming. My first year really as an influencer, so I'm getting money. And so I had paid for myself, my mother, and my partner at the time to all go to Puerto Rico to celebrate her birthday. Of course, in Tyler Perry fashion, we all fall out. The day before we're supposed to go. No. Me and my mom ain't talked for like 2 months. Me and my partner at the time, we ain't talked for 2 months. And I ended up not going. It was like, I probably spent like, I don't even want to say what I spent. Down the drain, couldn't get shit back.
No, because it's the day before. Everything's like, nope.
I was able to get the planes back, which, okay, that was a little bit. So honestly, the only thing I really lost out on was the hotel. Which,
they can keep it.
But I think my next trip that I'm honestly, and I get emotional thinking about it, but I honestly think I'm going to go to Puerto Rico within the next month by myself and just take myself.
Take yourself,
now, I'm going to invite y'all and be like, hey, y'all, I'm going these days. If y'all want to come, you know, this is where I'm staying, blah, 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 blah. Let's, you know, get it. But I really want to go. Yeah.
But you're also not expecting, like, if they come, they come. If not, like, the point is for you to go and enjoy.
Yeah, because I'm also in a place now where, like, I want to meet new people. I want to experience new things. And, you know, sometimes, even though I love my friends, I love them to pieces. Like, I really love my chosen family. I do feel like sometimes being around them places me in a complacent energy to where I'm not actively engaging what is surrounding me. And I've noticed about myself when I'm by myself, I have no choice but to engage the people that are there. And so whether or not nobody comes, which I ain't gonna say I hope nobody comes, but I do feel like I would have a different experience if I am there by myself. But we'll see. Yeah.
Do you feel like traveling by yourself is one of the things that you really enjoy? Yes. Okay.
Yes, I enjoy doing it.
Which is crazy because, like, you and I have something in common, which is like social anxiety. So for me, traveling by myself, I'm like, there's humans, you know, like there's people out there, and I have to now conquer those people by myself. And I'm like, no.
Really?
Yeah, like when I first moved here to Orlando, I traveled back to South Florida by myself. I took the plane. I flew into Miami. I don't know why. I could have flew into Fort Lauderdale, but that's besides the point. And then I rented a car and drove myself to my friend's house to go to her graduation party. And I did all that by myself. And it was right after my dad had passed away. And I was like, I have to do this to show myself that I can travel and like not get anxiety. And I did it, and it really broke my anxiety like far down. And now looking back, I'm like, can I do that again? Like, especially because now I'm married, I'm used to traveling with someone. Like, if I were to travel by myself, can I do that? Like, without like hyperventilating, you know? So it's crazy to know, like, so you being a person that has social anxiety, is it calming to you to be by yourself versus like in the traveling aspect?
Yes.
Because you don't have to deal with other people traveling with you.
Yeah. It is actually.
It's like, I don't have to deal with you and getting to the place. It's like...
Yeah, you know, because I feel like I have a eccentric way of living life that works for me. And I also grew up the only child, so I am perfectly
okay with being by myself.
A-okay with being by myself. Like, I will create my own stage play production by myself in my brain as I traverse the world. So sometimes with me being comfortable in my own energy and how I operate life, I do get a little agitated, just a little agitated sometimes, like when I'm trying to be in that energy, but I have to... You know, I have to involve other people. Yeah. So, and travel, again, is a happy place for me. And so it's just like...
Don't mess up my...
Yeah, like if you
don't mess up my high.
If you're not on my speed or higher, then we can't,
No. What's that, like, if you could, like, travel with somebody, I don't know if you probably have already traveled with somebody like this, but, like, what is your ideal travel buddy?
So my ideal travel buddy would be someone who doesn't have a budget, because we enjoy being able we enjoy being able to do what we want to do when we travel, which I think is the whole point of traveling. Yes. But also, this is gonna sound like I'm contradicting myself, but also someone who also has like their own agenda too, because I don't like thinking all the time. Yeah. So someone who we can kind of share. We can share leadership in the experience. So they're like, oh, I know about this, or we can do this. We can eat here. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't have to think as like kind of like we're sharing the duties of traveling together. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I would say, lastly, as long as we save too, because I ain't trying to die or get kidnapped. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's pretty easy. I mean, no budget and just being able to contribute. I think those exist, I feel like.
And not complaining. I don't like complaining.
Oh, God, no. No, that's definitely one thing that I'm like, whenever I travel, I'm like, please don't complain, because it's like, you and I... And also, it kind of teaches you who you're traveling with. Like, you know how, like, you get to know who you're in a relationship with when you, like, live with them. I feel like that's the same thing in, like, friendships. Like, you get to know your friend more when you travel, because it's like, you see them morning, noon, and night, you know, versus, like, you could see your friend, like, for dinner or for lunch. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like those things, too. With traveling, is there a place that you would absolutely not go by yourself? Like, where you're like, I can't.
Child. I would say I don't think I would go to a foreign place by myself.
You would stay within like, not the United States, but like maybe the furthest is like the islands.
Baby, I don't even know about that.
No. Okay, we'll stick back to the United States.
Yeah, I think we'll stay to the United States. Or if I do go internationally, I'm meeting someone there. Now, I can travel by myself there, which I have, but I got to be meeting somebody there that knows the laws of the land, because I've seen shit like Hostel, I've seen Taken, I've seen all those movies where they come get the girls and you won't get me, you know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to be hung up, you know, with a ticket on my foot saying it's $9.99 a pound. We don't want to do that.
No. You're so cheap, not $9.99 a pound.
That was in euros.
Oh, okay. I'm dead. Oh my God. Okay, so in talking about your $9.99 a pound, a fun fact about you is that you really like horror films.
I love horror films. Probably too much. I love horror films.
What is your favorite horror film?
My favorite horror film right now has to be Saw X.
I know you were telling me about this, yes.
The Saw franchise is my favorite of all time.
What tickles your pickle about it? Like, what is it that's like, this is great?
Yes. So, one, I am genuinely afraid. Like, it does give me anxiety.
Yeah.
I think I found out at a young age with my fascination with Saw that I kind of like the subgenre of horror, which is, they call it torture porn, which is basically like, you know, it's very gruesome deaths and scenes and, you know, not a lot of cuts, you know.
Very raw.
Very raw. And it's not because I like it, like, but it really, like, freaks me out. But it's like, I can't turn my head away from it. Like,
that's the porn side.
I want to see this arm fly off, you know? Like, is this arm really gonna fly off?
Yes.
And I love the creativity of it. There's art in Saw when it comes to the traps, to the game design, to how they do the twist and, you know, pull these different things in from different movies and different scenes to make it this whole entire universe. I love the artistry of Saw. And then I just like Tobin Bell. I think Tobin Bell is one of the most really sexiest. Tobin Bell is fine. I ain't gonna lie to me. Tobin Bell is fine. And he got his own little version of like his Barry White voice. I like that shit. And I like that he is smart and you can't really fuck with him. You know what I mean? And as of right now, Saw X is my favorite one because I cried.
Because it was so good?
I cried because I got emotional at the end when basically they humanized Jigsaw. And that whole scene where the woman had placed him in the trap with a little boy and he was like, don't pull it. And he was basically like sacrificing himself for the boy. God. Yes, but it was like between the tension and like Jigsaw is actually, John Kramer is actually in a trap and it's a boy's in there and he's trying to save the boy and you know that he lost his son and then the whole
pulling
movie,
you all the kind of ways.
The whole movie, the people had scammed him because he thought they was going to cure him of cancer and they didn't. And then this lady is really, really, really evil. And it's like this whole tension of him saying, don't pull. And you just see him sacrifice himself. Amanda's over there screaming and hollering. Oh my God. I was in the movie theater crying. I was like, this is so good. I wish I could relive watching Saw X for the first time again. Yes. And you know, the precious thing, I don't mean to get emotional, but I went to the movies. My ex who passed, that was one of the last times he came to stay with me before we found out he was diagnosed with cancer. And he used to think I was rich. You know, he used to think that. And this particular day, I had just really lucked up on these tickets at the movie theater. I didn't know this. I just really wanted to go see Saw. And to know me to know when I really want to do something, I don't really care what it costs. I just want to do it. And so I saw the tickets was like $50 total, but I'm thinking because the movie is new. Right. Come to find out, because again, I wanted to go during the day on a Tuesday when no one was there.
It's usually cheaper on a Tuesday.
Well, this particular movie theater was like a VIP movie theater, and it had like its own bar and its own food stand, like its own entrance and like bigger chairs. It was the thing, and I didn't know that's what it was. And we were literally in there by ourselves, and I could feel his energy. He thought I had did like some big boss type stuff, but I watched that movie with him, and I really enjoyed it, and he really enjoyed it, and that was a great day.
Experience.
That was a great day.
Where are you in the, you know, like when people are grieving, they go through like the happy, the sad, the angry, like where do you feel, if you don't mind me asking, where are you in that path?
I don't know, you tell me. I know I'm at a place now, I've noticed I want to talk about him more. Talking about him it does something that I enjoy. I don't feel like I'm angry about anything because I feel like I've accepted it. I feel like I've gone through that phase already. I feel like I have.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I haven't cried about it in a while. I would say in about a week. And even the cry that I did before, it was really just like reminiscing and remembering. So yeah, I enjoy reminiscing right now. Like, I enjoy thinking back on certain things. And, you know, as I'm even doing new things now, there are moments where I find myself saying to myself, oh, he would have really loved this, you know? And it makes me enjoy the moment more.
Yes.
Because I know he's not here to enjoy it. And it makes me appreciate it a whole lot more. So,
like when we were at Cooper Talk and the one thing came.
Yes, I thought about him immediately. Like, I was like, he would have lost his mind. Like, he would have thought this was so cool.
He would have thought we were all rich, huh?
Yeah, no, he would have. Yeah, he really would have. Yeah. So what stage is that?
Honestly, the stages are all different. But I think right now you're still kind of in the sad and kind of like going through stage. Do you?
I can see that.
Yeah, I feel like I can only compare like when in losing someone. My dad is definitely the person who I always think of when I talk to people who are grieving. And when he passed, I immediately went to anger because of the situation that I was in of taking care of everything, you know? And having to be there and take care of everyone and take care of everything and move this or move that. So I immediately went to anger. My reminiscing stage was way later. It was like kind of towards the end of like my 2-year mark, because it was a very large point of I'm angry that I'm here in life and you're not here. And I wish you were here to help me through this and these things. And I went through right after he passed, I was in a situation where I got pulled over, and I had to, because of the situation that happened, I had to go to court. And I had never been to court. I had never been in trouble. I was definitely that kind of person where it was just like, I'm very much away from those kinds of things. And I had to go to court. And at the end of court, all I wanted to do was call him and be like, please, like, answer my call. Like, I really want to know, like, what do I do next? Oh my God, I'm getting emotional. Because he was that person where, like, I feel like he knew everything. Like, I get that feeling from Steph as well. Like, there's certain things where I'm like, I feel like you know, and you're the only person that I know can soothe me. So those were the times where I now started reminiscing and just really feeling like, okay, you know, like, if he were here, what would I do? Or how would this go? And like, when you lose someone, those times where you get to like go back and really like feel and like love on them and like love the time that you've passed with them, you're always going to know that they're there, you know? And like always feel like, even like when we were at Cooper Talk and just knowing like, okay, he's here because this opportunity or this presence is happening. Those are just just amazing moments, because it's like you got to live that with him and know so much about him. Like with my dad, like I always get mad because I'm like, Steph is just like my dad. And I'm like, I know that he placed him in my life. He placed her in my life. And it's like, I can't change that for the world. So in the state that you're in, especially like the grieving process that you're in, like just know like the fact that you're in the most beautiful place where you're just living life with him still in your mind and appreciating everything that he's bringing to you, because when you see like little things that like a butterfly or something that reminds you of him, it's like he's still here, he's still like loving on you. And you can't let those moments go. Like don't like revel and kind of just sit in them and be okay with that, because you're never gonna understand, especially when you know pass all those years, like you're never gonna understand how lovely that is to feel and still remember like his voice, and still remember like what he smelled like and like all those things. Like I wish, like kind of like how you were saying, like I wish I could relive watching Saw. I wish I could relive that part of the grieving process, because I could hear him. You know, like I knew what he smelled like, I knew what he looked like, and it's like for me, it's like to go through that again, that's the only part that I'd be like, yes.
Oh, wow.
Those are the parts where I'm like, absolutely. I would do that 100 times over.
Yeah. I definitely feel like he's with me, which really makes me happy.
Yeah.
I feel like out of everybody in his life, for the last years of his life, I got the better years of his life.
Right.
And not only the better years of his life, but some of the best years of mine too. Some of my favorite memories, you know, with him and my dog. The three of us had so much fun. And, you know, as I transitioned from being Eddie Oliver to now being Oliver Twixt, who, you know, has more and can do more, a lot of those first moments I shared with him. Yeah. And so, like, a lot of that really makes me happy that, you know, not only did I have someone that I really loved and I knew that loved me with me, that through me, he was also able to find some type of happiness or serotonin. I love saying that now. Some serotonin and memories of his own, you know, that only him and I know about, that only him and I share. And again, like, now that he's gone, I'm definitely not angry or upset that he's gone. I don't think I am, because like I accept it and I understand. I just know what makes me very happy and like what pulls me back down from a place of like I am now is knowing that some of the best years of his life, and I mean, I've been going on record, these are the words that he said to me, the best years of his life were with me. And you know, these are things that I can always remember and cherish. And again, I just feel like he's like in my brain, you know, like I feel like I hear him talking. You know, I feel like I'll say something and I already know what he'll say. That really makes me happy. Oh my God. Because I do feel like he is with me. That does give me peace. It does. Yeah. Thank you.
Of course. No, thank you. Oh gosh, I didn't expect us to go that deep.
It's okay. It's okay.
Thank you for. Where am I trying to? Because I feel like I have so many thank yous. I feel like I have a long list of thank yous for you. One, thank you for being so vulnerable. I think that especially, so you and I have a gap of time that we were not together and speaking often enough. And then for you to come to Orlando and just be like, hey, Orlando, like, what's going on? And I'm like, let's go to lunch. We need to hang out, to the point where you're here staying with me, being a vulnerable friend. For me, it's like, I have so many thank yous to give you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because it's like, one, thank you for being vulnerable. Two, for showing me what adult friendships are. You know, like, especially because, again, knowing each other as kids and then growing up now and looking at each other and going like, I support you, I see you, I'm confident in you. And also seeing like who you are and accepting who I am, who you are. And then also showing me like, you can be friends with someone who you kind of know nothing about, you know, because you're like, I knew you in high school. I'm not going to say, oh, you know, who Eddie is who Eddie is now, because you have similar traits, obviously, because there's things of you that are just always going to be the same. But then there's amazing things that you've learned and created yourself into this amazing human being. So it's like, I thank you for everything that you bring to the table.
Oh, you're so sweet. No,
just
thank
amazing.
You. Thank you for providing the space. You know, you've been very, very sweet and very open and inviting. And, you know, for someone like me who, I feel like this is just a superficial world filled with superficial people. I really enjoy making genuine, heartfelt bonds and relationships with people, because it is what helps me to keep going, you know? And so I thank you for at least providing the place and the opportunity and the space and time for us to do it. You know, this is really your doing. This is your doing. Remember the other day you said confidence? This is girl, you got the confidence. You did it.
I don't know.
This is it. This is definitely it.
I love that. No, I think with you and I feel like I said, knowing you from before, I feel like there's like vulnerability, but there's also like this, I know you. Does that make sense? Like, I know who you are, and I have this, I'm trying to look for the word, but it's like, I feel like I can just be me to you because you know me, you know, like even though you know me from youth, like being a kid, I feel like you like though that's my rawest self, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
Now it's like I'm more, I wouldn't say chiseled, but it's kind of like
you're in a graduated stage.
yeah, like I'm just me like 2.0, like just better, you know, like
you know, you got it going on, Steph. You definitely got it going on.
No, I don't know, like when I hang out with you and when I hang out with Miriam, I'm very humbled because I'm like, you guys are in the place where like, as far as like influencers and like creative side, where I'm like, this is what I want to do.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes.
Oh, shut up, because when I'm around y'all, I'm humbled because I'm just like, yeah, because when it comes to, I would love to be married. You know, my friend is a housewife, okay? My friend is a housewife.
I love you.
Wife.
I love this.
I would have loved, you know what I mean? And we still got a little bit of time, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
But for you to be in a long-standing queer relationship, lesbian relationship, multiracial relationship, for years, and you guys have built this life for yourselves. I'm just like, Lord, can I please, like,
rub off on me?
Can I please? And even like with Miriam, she has surpassed me when it comes to social media, the social media aspect of me, and how she has really become an expert of the craft and a businesswoman in it. I'm always. When I come around y'all down here in Orlando, I'm always like taking notes. I feel like the small fish in the pond. Oh yes, most definitely.
Oh my God.
I feel like I need to catch up to y'all. For real, and honestly, being around you guys has definitely motivated me to want to do more and do things differently. Because there are aspects of you guys that I aspire to be like.
Oh my God. And we're over here just taking notes of you and everything. I mean, my friend has been on the circle. My friend has been, works with nothing but amazing people. And I'm like, I'm just trying to get paid something. Like, I'm over here just like, you see me, I see you.
But see, I think that's the beauty about friendship. It's a give and take.
Yeah.
And relationships to me are supposed to be edifying. Experiences in life is supposed to be edifying. Everything that you do, in my opinion, should be working towards it being edifying. You know, even when you're giving and you're giving selfishly, there's still something edifying about it. So yeah.
That's such a good word. Not the small rub. Thank you. Dang. There's just so many things. We've talked about so many things, obviously here on the podcast, but also like you and I in general. With everything that we have gone through as adults, what would you tell Eddie? This was a question from the first podcast. What would you tell younger self Eddie from what you've learned now? You know, like what I wouldn't say words of motivation, but what would be one thing that if you could go back to your younger self and tell your younger self this, what would it be? I
wonder if the answer I'm going to give today is the same answer that I gave that day, because I don't even know what I said.
I don't know. We'll share notes. Yeah, we'll compare notes.
I would tell myself not to give a fuck.
I think that was the same answer. Yes.
Fuck these people. Yeah. Fuck what they say. You know, honestly, it's so crazy. A lot of people that I used to be afraid of or intimidated by or what they thought of me really mattered. These are the same people, honestly, today telling me they look up to me. And I don't say that to be cocky. I say that to say what I am now, I've always been, which I've always known that. But now I'm way more comfortable in my aura, my energy, my calling, who I am and what I'm able to do. When I was younger, and younger is really about 6 months ago, you know, to be honest, I was always trying to like mute myself, dumb it down, because I don't want to be known as, you know, he think he all that, he you know, making people feel uncomfortable. I don't want people to feel bad and stuff like that. And so I really cared a lot about what people had to say. And so I would tell myself to not give a flying or dying fuck. Fuck it. Yes. And I feel like the quicker I would have said fuck it, the closer I would have gotten to the happy that I'm edging closer to now. And the feeling of being complete in what I do, my happiness, what I create, how I operate my life, who's in my life, I would have gotten to it faster. But you live and you learn.
Absolutely.
And the life experiences that I did go through have definitely informed where I am today. And I won't there's nothing that's happened in my life that I would want to take back, not a single thing, because I'm very happy and proud of where I am right now. But I would have told myself to fuck it and fuck them.
Yeah, and just keep it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
Because you shouldn't.
So going into this new state of Oliver Twixt, what is a project that you would hope would fall into your lap for this new person? Because we're talking about new. Okay, so we're closing a chapter because we lost Miss Cookie, we lost your partner. So we're closing that chapter.
I lost shows, I lost friends, I lost clients.
That just chapter, we're just going.
I lost. Well, I won't say I lost, because we're just gonna say it just ended.
Right. The season has the finale has ended for that season.
But a lot of finales happened at one time.
It's like Power. You know how like Power has like Power Book and like Force and all those finales came out one time.
Can I tell you one thing? I've never seen an episode of Power.
Okay. We
50 Cent, don't fuck with me, all right? I haven't seen not one episode of Power.
It's okay. We're just gonna say like all the seasons of your favorite shows all ended on the same week. So
Charmed, America's Next Top Model, Avatar, X-Men '97.
They all ended at the same time. This is where we are in your life. And now a new show. You're looking for a new show, right? That's where we're going with it. What is your project as in your next show? Where are we going with this?
I would love to be in the talk show space. Like, I really feel like everything that I've done when it comes to interviewing people, to creating productions, running productions, telling stories, entertaining people, giving other people platforms, creating intros and aesthetics and mood boards and all those other things. I really feel like the culmination or a facet of that culmination is me having a talk show.
Why don't you create a podcast? It's your talk show.
So, but no, Steph, I want to,
you want it to be done for you?
Oh, yeah. No, not even done for me. It has to be bigger than the podcast. Like, I'm talking about Jerry Springer, Oprah Winfrey, Tyra Banks, Emmy nominated type things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love that.
I want a live audience. I want everything.
Yes.
Yeah. It needs to be Jerry Springer meets 106 in Park meets Oprah.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so let's go back to that. So Oprah Winfrey.
Drag Race.
Okay, so we have the
Nickelodeon, TRL.
Damn, TMZ.
A little bit of TMZ.
Because we gotta get all these layers. Okay, so we're going to, if we were to boil it down, and we're adding in all these things, we're basically doing kind of like we're meeting a CNN because we're broadcasting, we're live. We have the coming in of information like TMZ where we're on the hour going in with all these things, and then we have the sophisticatedness of Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
With a lot of dash of like RuPaul.
Yes, and Jerry Springer. Oh yeah, I gotta get into the trash.
Okay, but that's what TMZ is. Are we talking about like trash as in like
the people? Oh no, the people have to be a part of it.
Okay, so
telling
the trash
stories.
is so the trash is the people telling people stories, and we want the excitement of the live audience from Jerry Springer. Okay.
Yes.
So that's a show.
Yes.
What time would your show?
I figured it out in my brain.
What would the name of your show be?
I don't want to say.
Okay, I love that.
But I've already said it though. Like, to know me is to know I've already said it. I've already said it.
Okay.
It already actually exists, but I don't want to say because you know the people be watching
everything.
And you're not gonna get me again, motherfucker.
I'm done with you. Do you? Okay, so we were talking about this on our hot girl walk.
Yes. I really enjoyed.
I love our hot girl walk. It was very good. We didn't do it today because it was raining. Yeah. And that's fine. We did it in here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was telling you how I feel like you are the life of the party. And you're like, nah, girl.
No.
I'm not. No. I'm just trying to keep control of what I got going on.
Yes.
And if you just so happen to come in at the right time, There you go. You're welcome. I'm out.
Yeah, definitely. I have social anxiety, and I think people don't believe me when I say it, but I do. The manifestation of that social anxiety is I show up, I guess, more extroverted because that's me trying to take control of the situation and not let the situation take control of me. But I can get very anxious in social spaces, especially ones that I feel like are not responding to the energy I'm trying to put into it. And so I'll just become like a recluse.
Yeah. So we're gonna add that into the talk show. With a talk show, do you feel like that is where you are in control? Because it's like people are coming to you, it's your space, you have to sit there and not take it, but it's like this is me. I'm on. You get what I'm saying? Do you feel like that's where all that control really just settles? Like the social anxiety settles?
Yes, most definitely. And especially with how I want to do my talk show, having people and real stories being involved in it is very important to me. I learned in high school when I ran for class president the first time that talking to people and having people talk to you is so important. When I ran for sophomore class president, even though I lost by like 3 votes,
Bastards.
Which was okay. I mean, we know how the story ended, so it really don't matter how it began.
You really won.
Yeah, and won.
Keep winning.
But
that's the thing.
With that first loss, I learned the benefits of talking to people, and I went around to every. I came up with a plan because I was like, how can I talk to every person that is in my 9th grade class?
Yeah.
What is the fastest, easiest way I can?
Yeah.
And at the time, I think all 9th graders took English class. Like whatever program you in, you were in English class. And so I got a permission slip to go to all the English classes.
How did you get a permission slip to do this?
I don't even remember how I did that.
Listen, you did high school right.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue. Yes.
Yeah, I need to put out a book about high school, honestly, because
a how-to guide.
The shit I was doing and was able to get, it's really unheard of. Really, but anyways, I got a permission slip to go to all the classes, and I remember going to every class and presenting myself and talking to them and telling them who I was, what I did, and what I wanted to do, and why they should vote for me. And I answered questions and everything. And that was honestly for me my defining moment in high school, because everyone at that point knew who I was. So even if I lost, which I did, to me, I still felt like I gained the support of the people. And that's honestly what carried me through my tenure in high school as a leader for students, because people knew me. I came to talk to them. And so going back to the talk show and feeling like I'm in control, I get that because I enjoy involving people in my experience and in my journey. You know, I feel like God placed me on this earth to be a light for his people so that like his light can shine through me. And so the only way that my light can shine is if someone can see it, honestly. And so definitely involving people, giving people a platform to speak, to perform, to share their stories, to have their own moment, as well as having people watch and participate in that, and me basically being the conductor of this experience, which I know I can do, excites me.
I love that.
Yeah, and I really want to do it. Like, I'm talking to somebody probably today or tomorrow about it.
Oh. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
This is an amazing idea, and I love it, and I can't wait for it to come into fruition. My first point. My second point is, when you have, because I feel like you always have ideas, and they're always great ideas with a plot, a consistency, a like structure, an outline, a PowerPoint presentation. When you get these amazing ideas, what do you do? Do you write them down? Do you do you talk to somebody about them? Like, what's your process like when you have a great idea?
When I have a great idea, I usually write it down. Or I just like sit and visualize about it for like maybe hour, even 2 hours. I just get lost in it. And then I'll like softly talk about it to like people who have opinions that I value. And I may not tell them the full thing or like say, hey, this is what I'm working on, but I'll like wiggle it in some type of way just to see what they will say. as well as I'll start creating content that kind of mirrors what it is that I want to do. Like, for example, I just did a Toni Braxton cover because I really want to get into singing, but I really want to do it my way, which, you know, in the video I had on lace, you know, it was very femme and, you know, different and a different type of sexy and stuff like that, which is a direction I want to go into. So I'd like kind of put it in that way just to see what people would say. So when I have a great idea, that's usually my process. I write it down, I visualize it, and then I talk to people about it just to get some feedback and see what they say. And then I start doing these mini pilots of what that idea is to see what people are responding to, as well as to see what I'm capable of. To see like, okay, I may need help with this, or I did this really well, or I should do this better or different. So yeah.
I love that. I love the fact that you take an idea, like sit in it, really like grasp the concept, have it like run through your mind how you can execute it, and then within seconds you're like, I'm already rolling on that ball. Do you feel like, have you ever acted too fast on an idea?
Yes.
Did it end up where you wanted it to, or was it like, I gotta scratch that?
So for example, a great example for that is I had my own docuseries called In the Mix with Twixt that documented my birthday week 2023 of me taking my friends, family, and followers to Mexico for the first time. And I had a great plan leading up to it. Like, I had a team, I had a structure, I had a timeline, logistics all down, and then a monkey wrench came in and it just basically wiped everything away. But I had to keep going. Like I was in a place where I couldn't stop. I had to see it through. And even though the product was really great, people liked it, people watched it, it performed well on the channel, comparable to how some of the bigger shows are performing right now. Like, my show is like right up there with theirs. Yeah. It was definitely, I feel like, a little premature. But I'm glad I did it now so that when I do it again, and it will be done again.
Facts.
Let's be crystal. I'll have a better strategy.
That was a very good pause.
Oh, because I'll be wanting to sink in. You know what I mean?
No, it's
I'm wanting to
like,
soak in, sink in, like the Titanic.
Where did you get these ideas? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah. But you said, okay, so it will be done again.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It will be. I know it will be. Not right now, but it will be done again. It's going to be done better.
I love that. To end our amazing conversation and to bring this very lovely and amazing episode to an end, what are some words of motivation that you would give someone? Like, if you've heard them yourself, if you saw them online, like, just give us some feel-good words to close out.
A little Ollie motivation. I would say it is important to have some sort of spiritual backing in your life, whatever that may be. Christianity, Buddhism, nature, hoodoo, whatever it is that you like, whatever tickles your fancy, have it. Iyanla Vanzant said something one time in one of her YouTube videos that stuck with me. And she said, and I am paraphrasing, in order to fix human issues, there has to be some sort of divine intervention. And so having a strong spiritual base and foundation in your life is extremely important first. Taking care of yourself, mind, body, and soul is very important. Being healthy, and being healthy is not only about what you put in your body in terms of food, but conversations, people, activities, places, things, energies. Being just a great steward of your vehicle is extremely important. And believing in yourself. I strongly believe that if you have confidence in yourself and in what it is that you do, you can achieve anything you want in this life. 9th grade year, Mr. Hareen in the IB program, who was teaching MYP, it was almost coming to, what was the name of that class? MYP It wasn't TOK because that was 11th and 12th. But there was a version of TOK. Ninth grade and 10th grade year.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I cannot remember the name of the class. It wasn't philosophy. No, you guys didn't have philosophy.
But it was like MYP something.
Yeah. It was kind of like a lighter version of, like you said, TOK.
Anyways, he made us read this book called, was it The Gift? No, The Code? It's a famous book that everyone reads. Okay. I want to look it up fast because I don't want to get it wrong. Because I do want to give Mr. Hereen his box.
Yes.
I think it's The Code.
It's flowers. So while he's looking that up, TOK is Theory of Knowledge. We were in the IB program together, and we had amazing, when I tell you amazing teachers who they wanted to teach. Like, they were the human beings that every student deserves. Like, they are the epitome of a teacher. I'm talking about, they knew their stuff and they wanted us to succeed. Go ahead.
I got it.
Tell me.
I think it was called The Secret.
Oh, The Secret. That is a very good book.
I think it was called The Secret.
The Secret.
It was called The Secret. Mr. Hereen, 9th grade year, very first book we read once we started school in August was The Secret.
I love that book. That is a very good book.
Such a great book. And I feel like The Secret talks about how you manifest and how you make things seen here and felt here, tangible out here. And for me, it's just always about being a good person who does good things for yourself and for other people and believing in yourself. And I just feel like that equation will get you anything in life. No matter what is going on, you know, life, people passing, you know, you're having issues with yourself, conversations with yourself, things may be a bit of a struggle. Just believing that you can do it and knowing that you can do it and visualizing that you can do it and walking in that energy, to me, creates this aura, this magnetic aura that attracts those things to you. And even though I haven't always been the best at it, in my personal opinion, I do attribute a lot of the things I've been able to achieve in my life to the fact that I've just believed it and I've walked in it and I've done it and I've gone for it time and time again until I got it. And so that's what I would say to motivate the children out there listening and watching.
I love that. That is really good. Well, thank you so much again for being on my podcast for the second time. I love you so much.
I love you too, honey. Thank you for having me.
So with lots of love and lots of just manifestation, care, all the pixie dust of just greatness that comes from just being around great people and setting yourself up for success. Understand that you are amazing. You can do anything and everything that you desire. I mean, we came from a little place in South Florida. It was not little, but you know, like
it's fine.
It's there.
Yeah,
but
Fort Lauderdale. It's cute.
It's cute. But if we can do anything, if Eddie can do anything, if I can do anything, you can absolutely do anything and everything. And I wish that for you. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Again, with lots of love. See you next time.
All right.